Okay, so we're going to do the next section view assignment. It's on Unit 10, problem 10-13, special bushing. So we're going to go load our template as usual. Okay, we know this information, get out of there to unclutter it. So I'm going to go ahead and do an object line. So I'm going to treat the front view because we're going to create a view of that. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a circle, so C. I'm going to do diameter. I'm going to do 2. That's our outside diameter looking through. So I'm going to do snap and I'm going to do D again and type 1 for the diameter there. So that's looking at the hole as you're looking directly at the front of it. Next thing we got to do is I'm going to draw a line from the center. I'm going to draw it vertical. Just look down here. Now we have to define them other two little circles. So I'm going to do an offset O, type 2 for the distance. Offset that way, offset that way. I'm going to do the same thing, circle right there. I'm going to do hit D 0.5. So I'm going to work on the left side because I can just use a mirror, make it real easy. We're shooting for easy. So I'm going to do an offset again. I'm going to do 1, offset that way. Got that distance there. Now the height of the part, I'm going to draw a line right there. I'm going to offset 0.75 down. Then I'm going to offset 1.5 up. Now I can do EX for extend, select these. Now I need to do a fillet R, the radius is 0.5, so I can select these. So there's that part right there. Now I'm going to do an offset 0.25, get my center lines how I like them. I'll do an extend, do a trim, TR, trim that out, trim that, erase, trim, EX extend. And I'm going to draw a line from the quadrant. You probably could have a center line all the way across there. I'm going to do MA. Oh, I don't even have a center line defined yet, so I'm going to select these. Come up, do center line. Regen. Does not look good right there, so I'm going to do PR. And I'm going to make my scale 0.9. No, 0.8. There we go. So we got that. I can actually erase that. I'm going to close this. I'm going to do MI for mirror. Select all that information. Endpoint, done. So there's our view already done. So now I'm going to work on the top view. So I'm going to just project my geometry as we said before. We have all this information. Let's not create more work than we want to. Unless you just enjoy doing more work than you need. You know what? I'm going to save the effort. I'm just going to do a mirror. So I'm going to draw a line there. Next thing I need to do, now we're looking at the front, so we're going to flip it out. So we're going to offset it. Depth of that part is actually 1.5 deep. Okay, so we got that. Now we're going to offset 0.5 back for them little wings, I'll call it. So now if we do a trim, we know that that's gone. We know that's gone. Oop, that one's gone. Now this is the back. I'm just going to trim everything. Trim. Oh, undo, getting carried away. Trim. Select these. Got that. Trim here. Then this one's a little tricky because you actually got to project it up. You'd have a line here. And what we're going to do, we'll trim this out. Trim this out right here. Trim this. You would notice them little notches right there if you're looking at it. Okay, then we do trim. I don't know if notch is the proper word, but so we have this. I'm going to bring that up actually. I'm going to take everything I have here and erase it. And now I can do, I'm actually going to do, everything to match right now. I'm going to select these, make these hidden. So we got that. I'm going to draw our center lines up. That's a center line right there. So I'm going to do a match properties. Select these. Offset 0.25. Up. Trim. Gotta do the same thing. Oh, trim. Now we got that. I'm going to do actually match properties since that's not showing up. Got that information out. So what you can do is you can do a mirror. If all this, you've done all that work, why not just save yourself the effort? You can just do a trim then when we're done. That'd be the top view. We got a hole going through the middle. We got the two holes on the side. We got where it breaks off right there. It looked the same on the back, so only 3 hidden lines or groups of lines are them holes. So let's do the same thing. Let's bring all our geometry over. This one might get a little confusing. You could do the same thing if you wanted. You could do a mirror. I don't know if that'd be the best. It might get a little confusing. Just bring that center line. We only need one. So let's do a match properties. What's going to be hidden on that? That'll be hidden. That will be hidden. That will be hidden. That will be hidden. Let's do a match properties on that center line. So first thing we're going to do, we're just going to draw a line here. Offset from the previous one, 1.5 back. Offset it forward, 0.5. Just type an O for that. Do a trim. So it gets a little confusing. So we got to trim everything in the back. Center line we'll bring out later. Let's trim all this from the front. This is actually going to be there because that's the outside part there. I'm going to trim this here. I'm actually going to trim this and this, this. Just thinking out what I'm going to be looking at. So this is a little wing looking at it. This is the big part sticking out there. This would be your hole, so you're going to trim that there and there. And then you got the little hole, which is going to be on the wing there. So right there's our view. I'm going to offset 0.25. Get them center lines looking nice. Extend. Personal preference, as I said, as long as they're there, that's all that matters. Erase. So that looks good there. So we got the front and right side view. Since we're going to do a section, we're going to actually do a section. I'm going to do midpoint to midpoint. Actually, just going to offset 0.25 over and over. Extend. Erase these. Actually, I could leave that. Utilize what I've already done. Leader. Just typed it out. I just go through, enter, enter until it doesn't like it. So this one I'll do a little different. I'll just select the endpoint there. Select this. I'll just do snap perpendicular to this line. And it goes vertical now. So we have that. I'll erase this. Wrong button. Erase. Do a mirror. Select this. Where I have all this information. That's weird. MI mirror. And it should be putting over on that side. Never seen that happen. Mirror. Okay. Mirror. Works even better. Ditch that. Now let's select this, this, and this. Pull this down, make it a cutting plane line. So we have that there. So now if we go to our line weights, sticks out. So we have that. So our cutting plane line is we're going to be looking at it this way if we cut it. So really you're actually going to do a mirror now. And that's how our eyes are going to be looking at it. It's going to go vertical. Vertical being this is the top part there. Does it have to be that location? No, you can have a section view. That's why we have our section lined up. What changes? We're going to cut it with a little saw, let's say, or blade. So we're going to trim it right there, and trim it right there. Erase that, erase that. We're going to have voids now for the hole. So there's that. I'm going to type hatch. Do my hatch locations, because this is where you're going to expose the metal. Enter. Select it. Home. Section lines. All done. Now we just got to throw some dimensions on it. Big key. So let's go through here. Try to stick with their dimensioning. Let's go linear. Let's go from this endpoint to this endpoint too. Need to change the layers. That's big. Dimension. Let's go back to dimension. Let's go back to our dimensioning here. Let's go around, make it consistent. Go to our end here. Go to our endpoint here. And then we'll put on this one, typical, TYP, since we know that side's typical there. Let's throw a radius, and we can throw typical on that. Double click on it, go to end, hit enter, TYP. Don't want to see any editing of dimensioning, because that would be incorrect drawings. Okay, let's go to diameter. Select diameter. Do TYP there. Diameter here. So we can get away with a small one right there. There we go. See if we can, hey, look at that. What we'll do is we'll select this, get this, and this. PR, get rid of them center marks, none. Close it. So as we're looking at the front, we got 1, 2, 2. Probably get typical on that, but that's okay. 1 and 1.5. We'll go on top views. We could do, if we want, through. We'll click and through. So we have that note there. Still not overlapping into our dimensioning, so that's key there. Okay, so we'll put the necessary dimensions here. Let's do our distances. Linear, endpoint to endpoint. Good, endpoint to endpoint, 1.5. Excellent. We did forget this dimension here. So we'll go endpoint to endpoint, 0.75. We'll fix that. Bring it up a little. 0.75. Then the overall width, 1.5. We don't like that dimension in there, so let's select this. Turn our ortho on. Keep our view lined up. Used to hitting the F8 key. So we have that there. Looks good. Next thing we need to do is MT for M text. We need to label our view. Let's call it B. Change it up a little. PR for properties. Do middle center. Preference, obviously. Select here. Let's go to our. I'm just going to line up with that, then bring it vertical. I'm going to bring my box in. Previous video, I don't think I did. Let's put these on the text. Since it is text, it's not a dimension, it's text now. Go right there, endpoint, reference it, BB. So then we can do copy. Bring this down. Turn ortho off. We'll do section B-B. Pull this over. Endpoint, and bring it vertical down. So now we have our section BB. Let's do another copy. Let's take it and put it up here, and we'll call this make A again. MK-A. So we have everything that should be needed done. All dimensioning, everything. So let's do from template. Let's go borders. Down an A, click OK. Right click, delete. Yes, we want to get rid of it. Right click R, rename unit 10, problem 10-13. So we have that. Let's click on that now. Double click in there. Double click your middle mouse button. Regen all. You can do PSLT scale, and click 0, regen, get some center line and head lines better. Let's do a zoom, 1 divided by 2 XP. Let's see what we can do with 3/4. That's too tight, so let's go back to 1/2. Probably more breathing room than I care for, but we'll run with it. So we have that there. So now we'll go, since we know that, we just did 1 divided by 2 equals 1, because a 1/2 inch equals 1. Today's date, 11/20/2012. I'm going to highlight that, I'm going to copy it, go up here, paste it. My initials, MTH, caps, make, we did A. How many? 1. And this here is actually a special bushing. We're going to call it steel. Drawing name. We'll do unit 10, problem 10-13. Okay, everything's good. I'm going to click, actually I'm going to hit go. I have all my master list join in, so I'm going to do Control Tab. Let's see what my next join is. So I'm going to do 2012 020. I'm going to call it Unit 10 Problem. And this is for your reference. 13 Section View. I don't need that because I already have it. I'll do it. Keep it consistent. Section view. That's DWG. I'm going to shift right click, go home, or shift home, copy that. Now if I go over here, oh, mess for this, Control Tab, click on my file name, B, I'm going to go 2012-020-. Then you can select this, do PR. We'll bring this in 0.7. Oh, I want that one. That's wrong. We want with factor 0.7. Still too big. The last one I did 0.55. A little big. Let's try 0.5. So we have that. Zoom extend. So I'm going to close this. Actually, if I double click on this, I can highlight it. And now do a save as. And then I can go to my, I'm already in there. I can paste that in there, hit save, and it is done. That's it for this assignment.